Good morning. This is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates and crystal clear weather. I'm doing this video at about 4:30 in the morning. Got some things on my mind and I'm not sleeping, so I thought, why not talk about this snow? So, what's on the screen right now is the European outcome for this coming Saturday into Sunday. I'm showing you this one because I think it's the closest to what's probably going to happen. As I put in my forecast yesterday evening, the majority of that snow is going to go well to our southeast. We might get some wraparound moisture that would bring some snow. If we're going to get any light accumulation, that will occur Saturday night into Sunday morning. The daytime temperatures on Saturday are going to be too warm. Daytime temperatures on Sunday are going to be too warm. So even anything that falls overnight will probably melt pretty quickly during the day on Sunday. So then we move on to the system that I've been saying we need to watch, which is next Tuesday into Wednesday. Model data has been all over the place. That's to be expected. These storms are still out in the Pacific Ocean. They've not been sampled. There's no balloon data from them. There's no any data from them. So the models are just taking the data they have and trying to figure out how strong the storms are going to be and where they're going to go. So you expect fluctuations. One time the models will say we're getting heavy snow in central Indiana. Then they'll say it's going to be in Illinois. Then they'll say it's going to be set to our southeast. And so I'm going to show you probably the closest to what I think is going to happen, but even at that, I still think isn't quite right. And again, this is the European. I'm showing you this because I think it's the closest. It still has the heaviest snow out into northwestern Illinois, and then it has us picking up some snow kind of as the low gets onto our northeast and begins to drag cold air down into the back of the precipitation. So it's putting down about 4 inches of snow or so across central Indiana. I think this heavy snow band that's back here in Illinois, I do think that is going to be farther southeast. I think the heaviest snow is probably going to go through northwestern Indiana. South and kind of eastern Illinois is where I think it's going to go. I do think that storm next Tuesday into Wednesday here in Madison County, we're probably looking at a 3 to 6 inch snowfall. Could be dead wrong. We know how this winter's gone, but that's what I think right now. Now, why do I think these storms are too far northwest? It's this right here. Look at that low pressure system. This is the European. It has a 980 millibar low. That is very low. They do occur here once in a while. We haven't seen a low pressure that low in our area, gosh, probably since I'm guessing the 2013-14 winter. But it may have, if it's occurred since then, we've been on the warm side of it. And you can see even in this screenshot, the Euro has rainfall coming in first. But 980 millibar low, I think that is too low. That's too strong of a low pressure system. The stronger the low pressures are, the more they want to turn poleward and start heading harder to the north. And I just think that this is going to be more in the 995 to 1000 millibar level, where the storm would track more where this low pressure system, I think, is going to, let me see if I can get my drawing tool on here. I think this low pressure is going to track more down here and head off that way. I think it's going to be a flatter track, whereas the models right now have it taken a really hard turn to the northeast. So that's just the way I think. And as we take a look at here at the GFS also as well to the northwest, and it has a 981 low. I didn't put the Canadian on here. It's actually flatter, which is probably right, but it also still has a lower 980 millibar low, so I think it had like a 983 or something like that. So I just think these models are projecting the storms to be too strong at the core, and so they're trying to turn them too hard to the northeast. And I think as the storm won't begin to be sampled until we get into the weekend, probably Sunday or so. So we're going to see a bunch of fluctuations in the model data. So again, I think the snow Saturday into Sunday, the heavy snow is going to be well to our southeast. We might get some backside snow, maybe an inch or so, but it will melt off once we get into the day Sunday. The storm Tuesday into Wednesday is the one we need to watch. And if it fails, there's another one right behind it around the 15th. And if we get through that period and don't squeeze out some accumulating snow, decent snow, then it might be time to start hedging bets on winter. But in the meantime, we'll just keep an eye on this as it gets closer. Again, it's a week out, so a lot of things can change. As I always tell people, as you see things from sources, and it said the storm trended northwest, the storm trended southeast. No, the storm didn't trend that way. The model's understanding of the storm trended that way. You'll see the model data switch all over the place. Don't latch on to if it shows heavy snow across central Indiana, don't latch on to that just because you want it to happen. If you see heavy snow totally missing us, don't latch on to that just because you want it to happen. Just don't take any of these models verbatim this far out. So that's enough of 4:30 a.m. babbling on this storm. As it comes into better focus, I will do another video or maybe do a live, and I owe you guys a live for a long time. So as this comes into better focus, I will update you. In the meantime, I just kind of wanted to give you my thoughts. And this is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Thank you very much.